Welcome to Instant Trivia, episode 1880. Ready? Let's go. Which Major League Baseball player, known for clutch postseason performances, earned the nickname Mr. October for his World Series feats? Reggie Jackson. Which city is home to the iconic Belém Tower, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that symbolizes Portugal's Age of Discovery? Lisbon. Which author, famous for his satirical and science fiction novels, once joked that if he had to choose a different profession, he would sell Saab cars? Kurt Vonnegut. What nationality was U Thant, the third Secretary General of the United Nations? Burmese. Which Renaissance artist's name, when written backwards, reads Ichnvi ad Audranoel? Leonardo da Vinci. In some seabirds that swallow fish too large to digest immediately, the fish's tail often protrudes from what part of the bird? The bird's mouth. In Greek mythology, who was the first woman created by the gods, endowed with various gifts and associated with a jar commonly called Pandora's box that unleashed troubles on the world? Pandora. Which American general famously declared, "I shall return," about the Philippines during World War II? Douglas MacArthur. Which bivalve is often steamed with garlic and white wine, making it a popular dish in coastal cuisines? Mussels. Which film studio's name is a combination of the first names of the parents of its two founders? Miramax. What is the name of the bugle call traditionally used to wake military personnel in the morning? Reveille. Which instrument accompanied the first performance of Silent Night in 1818? Which flamboyant American pianist and entertainer, known for extravagant costumes and showmanship, became a television star in the 1950s? Liberace. How did the makers of Old Grandad Bourbon keep producing their whiskey during Prohibition? They labeled and sold it as medicinal whiskey, marking bottles for medicinal purposes. What kind of animal is a merino? Sheep. Which city is home to the famous landmark whose clouds are nicknamed the tablecloth? Legend says they form from a smoking contest between the devil and a pirate. Answer: Cape Town Table Mountain. Which iconic musical featuring the song Old Man River is set on a showboat on the Mississippi River? Showboat. Which city served as the capital of the Neo-Assyrian Empire and was famously sacked in 612 BC? Nineveh. What term is commonly used to describe small pickled cucumbers often served as a condiment or snack? Gherkin. When someone pretends to be unconscious or dead, which animal are they said to play? Possum. Which iconic action film stars a New York City police officer who fights terrorists in a Los Angeles skyscraper during a company Christmas party? Die Hard. What type of animal is a cassowary? A large, flightless bird. What was the famous nickname of former Boston Red Sox slugger David Ortiz, known for his clutch hitting and charismatic personality? Big Papi. Which organization, founded in 1958, focuses on issues affecting Americans aged 50 and older? Answer: AARP, originally the American Association of Retired Persons. What condition is referred to by the medical term cephalalgia? Headache. Which element, represented by atomic number 1, is the lightest and most abundant in the universe? Hydrogen. Which Rhode Island city is famous for its many Gilded Age mansions built in the late 19th century? Newport. Which world-famous hotel shares its name with a type of biscuit? Ritz. In golf, what do you call the shot opposite a slice? A shot that curves in the opposite direction. Hook. How old was Macaulay Culkin when he was cast in the movie Home Alone? 9 years old. Which major Scottish battle took place in 1314? Answer: the Battle of Bannockburn. What is the collective noun for a group of geese flying together in a V formation? Skein. Which city is home to the United Nations headquarters? New York City. Which Greek king is known for sacrificing his daughter Iphigenia to appease the goddess Artemis before the Trojan War? Agamemnon. What informal term is commonly used to refer to a member of the British Conservative Party? Tory. In June 1940, who was officially recognized by Britain as the leader of all free Frenchmen, wherever they may be? Answer: General Charles de Gaulle. Which British overseas territory, located about 650 miles off the coast of North Carolina, is known for its pink sand beaches and rich maritime history? Bermuda. In Catholic tradition, who is regarded as the first pope and a leading figure of the early Christian church? Saint Peter. Which country shares land borders with the most other countries? Tie. China and Russia each border 14 countries. Which sport do the Minnesota Twins play? Baseball. Which production company, co-founded by Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, produced the iconic sitcom I Love Lucy? Desilu Productions. Which river is the city of Liverpool located on? River Mersey. Which publishing company released the first book of crossword puzzles in 1924? Simon & Schuster. In 1974, Shirley Temple Black was appointed U.S. ambassador to which African country? Ghana. Which organ is commonly divided into two hemispheres, each responsible for different functions? Brain. In theater terminology, what do the initials FOH stand for? Front of house. Which British band had a late 1980s hit with the song Good Thing? Fine Young Cannibals. Which type of reptile is studied in ophiology, a branch of zoology? Snakes. Which Greek deity is the messenger of the gods and is often depicted wearing winged sandals? Hermes. In which 1920 novel by D.H. Lawrence are the sisters Gudrun and Ursula Brangwyn, the title characters? Women in Love. That's the end of the show. Thanks for playing. See you tomorrow.